this is Ollie. Welcome back to You in Korea. Hope you've been safe this whole time. Let me just remind you briefly that this channel is for those who like Korea, who want to learn more about Korea. If you enjoy watching our videos, please like them, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments and feedback in the comment section. So, have you guys heard of 이날치 band? This is a very hot band in Korea these days. If you look behind me, you can probably see it. There's a song called A Tiger is Coming by 이날치 band. You can find it on YouTube if you want. This is part of a series created by Korea Tourism Organization. It is called The Rhythm of Korea, made together with the ambiguous dance group. Their videos are so popular not only in Korea but also all around the world that their combined view count is over 600 million right now. Amazing, isn't it? So, why is it so popular? I will explain a little bit later. Hope you can enjoy this vibe of Joseon Dynasty together with me. So, 이날치 band introduces Korean traditional music in a modern way. So, that's why it's very interesting. You know, any country in the world has its own traditional music. Well, in Korea, the traditional music is called Gugak. Gugak. In this video, I will try talking about Korean traditional music as part of Korean content, K-content. So, first of all, Gugak is a term that is used for all traditional Korean music. If you look at it, there can be various genres and various fields underneath it, and there are lots of different kind of sound performances in Korean traditional music. I cannot cover them all in this short video, so I will only look at the most important ones. So, we will start with the sound performance called 사물놀이. So, 사물놀이 is a performance of 4 different musical instruments. Among those are 괭가리, which is a kind of a small gong, jing, which is a little bit bigger gong, and 2 kinds of drums, which are called 장구 and buk. These 4 instruments are probably one of the most famous traditional instruments in Korea, and thus 사물놀이 is probably the most famous traditional music performance in the world, Korean music performance. So, shall we just take a look at it over there? The team that first started promoting Korean traditional music to the world was Kim Dok-soo's 사물놀이 team. In a way, this is the original Korean way. So the person who contributed most to the globalization of Korean traditional music was a man called Kim Dok-soo. In a way, he is the founder of modern 사물놀이. Soo made his official debut when he was 5 years old. At 27, he founded Kim Dok-soo's 사물놀이 team and participated in the World Percussionist competition held in Dallas, USA in 1982. In 1984, he participated in the World Drum Festival in Vancouver, Canada, and in 1988, he performed to celebrate the Seoul Olympic torch. He had numerous overseas tours in the United States, Europe, and Asia to introduce 사물놀이 to the world. 사물놀이 is probably one of the most dynamic music in the world. The tremendous volume and very strong beats produce incredible impact on the listeners. If we take, for example, a soccer field, no matter how big it is, if there is a 사물놀이 team on the Korean cheering squad, it can easily outperform the other team's cheering squad because the dynamics and the sound of the instruments in 사물놀이 can just not be compared to any other instruments. The biggest charm of 사물놀이 is the rhythm. From what I've heard, there are some similarities between 사물놀이 rhythm and the African rhythms. Earlier, we talked about Feel the Rhythm of Korea of the Korea Tourism Organization, right? There are many videos on YouTube where Korean 사물놀이 and foreign percussion instruments battle. It is very interesting, so I hope you will find it and enjoy the Korean rhythm. As I said, there are various fields in Korean traditional music, right? and it's pretty impossible to cover them all in one video, so I will introduce only two more. As you know, there are a lot of things and lots of places in Korea that are registered UNESCO World Heritage. Well, Korean traditional music is one of those things. The first we're going to talk about 정묘 체례악, which is actually music performed at royal memorial services. 정묘 체례악 is music used during memorial services at 정묘, where the gods of the kings of Joseon dynasty were enshrined. In 2001, it was first registered as a UNESCO World Heritage, along with 정묘 Royal Memorial Service. That's why 정묘 체례악 is so significant. So 정묘 체례악 as music was invented by none other than the great king of Joseon dynasty, King Sejong, and it was preserved in its original state for over 550 years. What is more surprising that King Sejong invented a specific music representation for it. It is called 정간보, and it is based on a very scientific method. The greatness of 정간보 is that this sheet music was the first in the East to express pitch and rhythm at the same time. Well, the most important thing in music is pitch and rhythm of the note, but before there was no sheet music that clearly recorded it. King Sejong was the first to make it. There is one important thing to point out here. This is King Sejong, the King Sejong that is famous for inventing Hangul, right? This is the great king who created all of the most important things in the lives of Koreans, such as astronomy, farming, and music, as well as text. There will be a chance to deal with King Sejong later separately, but just for that, King Sejong, respect. Okay, so there's another type of Korean traditional musical performance that has been registered as UNESCO World Heritage. It is called 판소리. 판소리 mixes body movements of the narrator with a fan who sings to the rhythm of the drum called buk that is played by the drummer called gosu. It is evaluated as the essence of the culture that has shared the joys and sorrows of the Korean people. Of the 12 existing song cycles, only 5 are currently performed. They are called 준향가, 심청가, 흥부가, 덕벽가, and 수군가. The Tiger is Coming by Inalchi Band that we talked about in the opening is from 수군가. These days, it is said that many countries around the world come to learn pansori. If you are curious about it, be sure to watch Im Kwon-taek's movie called 소변제. Okay guys, so that's it for today's video. Today we talked about Korean traditional music that is called Gugak. I hope you enjoyed this video and were able to feel Korean rhythm with me. Please remember that Korean traditional music, Gugak, is also part of kcontent. So I hope in the future you will be able to enjoy not just K-pop, but also Gugak as part of Korean culture. In the future, I will introduce more interesting fields about Korea. I hope you can stay together with us in the future too. Please like our videos if you find them interesting. Subscribe to our channel and leave your comments and feedback in the comment section. And I will see you next time. Until then, 안녕!